Well, hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Lose It a Lambo. My name is Curtis. Thank you for joining my journey of going from having lost pretty much everything in my life to owning a Lamborghini in only 5 years. We are on the final year, everybody. We are on the final year of the 5-year challenge to see if it was possible to follow the steps and follow the actions of successful people, replicating those actions and seeing if I can have similar results or at least be on the right track. And whew, has it been a ride, everybody? Anyone's been following knows that things have turned around in the Lose It a Lambo world. Making progress, making gains, hitting goals. Today's going to be an arm wrestling kind of video. So if you're not in arm wrestling, maybe not your video. But I need to make a video for my boys about arm wrestling, about the training exercises so they can refer back to this video when they're here doing a workout on their own, especially when I can't be around. So this will be an instructional video. It'll go through some of the exercises I do, not all of them, but I'll go through heavy majority of the exercises I do in the arm melter garage to get where I am. Gains. Heck yeah. We are not talking about a very expensive or fancy setup here. All right, Home Depot. Okay, got these hooks here. This is one piece. So one of these, one here, one down about even with the bottom of the tabletop. Okay, I have one on the side and one on that side. These are, I don't know, tie down bands or bungee bands or what have you. Super cheap, Walmart, I think. Right, another one over here. Got these. I have a workout band in the middle. So it's decent thick, but not super wide, and pretty much everything hooks up to this fellow. Now, important note, okay, so on here I have a karate belt, one of my old karate belts, and I leave it on here all the time because if I take this off of here, it's really hard to get it back onto this clamp. So I always leave it hooked up to this black exercise band, and I always have the belt on here, but when I'm not using the belt, I just slide it up out of the way, put the new handle attachment onto here and just hook it on to the bottom end here. So I can pull away and leave the belt on. But see what I mean? Like to get that back on is a pain. So I just leave it on. No big deal. But yeah, let's go through some of the exercises that are done in the arm melter garage. Exercise 1, I have the karate belt. And it's a nice durable material, right? And it's soft, so it's not biting into your hand, you know, damaging nerves or what have you, right? So it's the perfect mix. I got this trick from Devin Larrett, watching his videos. So what I'm gonna do is, for my first set of these, especially if I'm starting my workout with these, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let my wrist fall, okay, and bring it all the way up, rising. So the strap is going between the back knuckle, okay, and this knuckle here, so I have the strap running right between them, so it's a nice even straight through pressure, okay, and that's it. Over, bring it up. Let it fall down, up. Now I'm not letting it fall, I guess. I am controlling it on the way up and the way down. So nice control on the way down till all my rising pressure is gone, and then rise up. Now I'll do about 20 of these. I'm just trying to get the blood flow in there, just trying to get everything all warmed up, get ready for the real exercise. Now, come time for the real exercise, here's what I do. Now, I'm sure there's a million variations doing all the exercises I'm doing today. These are not the end all be all, but these are some that have helped to make me a champion arm wrestler. All right, so what I then do is I'll have this here. Now, I'm gonna need a little more weight here. So, typically do is have this because this is our rising exercise. We want the pressure coming from up high. So I go to the highest hook. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll take another one of these, take one of these rubber band style ones, and I'm going to hook it onto the next one down. So I'm at the top two. Now this, I just hook onto here. Okay, just hook it onto this attachment point. Now, what I do is I get my arm ready, okay, like I'm ready to top roll. I get my arm all ready. Okay, and then I lock this all up, so engage my brack, lock this all up, come over here. Now, what I'm trying to do is just reach my max out point for rising. And what's going to happen is I'm going to rise and bring this back, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the riser, on the top of my wrist, and it's going to break my wrist down. What I want to try to do is, this is kind of a car analogy, but I want to get to the rev limiter, but I don't always want to go past it. I want to kind of get to the breaking point, and then I want to slowly let off. I don't want to drive until it fully breaks. I don't know that that's super good for me. Go to that failure all the time like that. So what I do is I drive, and just as I feel my wrist start to give a little bit, I let off. Okay? So, and I'm doing this, I typically do this for like 3 to 4, maybe 5 repetitions. So I'll engage, okay? And then what I'll do, get this all tight, right? My back's engaged, chest up, shoulders back. Now I'm gonna do a sit down and drive until, see, it starts to break. So then what I do is I let off, okay? Reset up, boom, again. Oh, until it starts to break. Okay, so I'll do that for 5 reps. I'll do all the left and then the right, and I do 3 sets of that. Wrist wrench, next exercise. For this exercise, I'm going to use the middle attachment point, okay, and the lower attachment point. I'm going to be doing the wrist wrench exercise here. So hook it up, hook that extra band on, okay, come over here, move the strap out of the way, all right, hook on my wrist wrench. Oh, okay, all right. Now how this works is, on one side I got screws here holding these straps in place. The other side, I do not. So I always roll it to the side that the screws aren't on, okay? So I roll it in. Now, how this works is when I go to load pressure into this, because these straps are here, it's rolling. It's constantly trying to strip my fingers back, like unroll my hand. So you really have to cup a lot of cup for this exercise. So I load up, okay, get it all here. I make sure that was a bad angle. I'll show you on camera better. I make sure that my hand is try to be in the middle of my chest, definitely not outside my shoulder, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cup it in, okay? And I'm gonna roll back until my wrist bends slightly back, okay? And then I'm gonna cup it in, and then I'm gonna hook, okay? So, do that again. So this is always, the table would be facing here. So we'll change it back, what it was. All right, table's back. Okay, so cup, drag it in, okay? And then let it go just until my wrist bends slightly backwards, slightly negative. And you'll notice I'm slightly supinated here. So palm slightly up, okay? Cup it in, everything's tight, okay? Lean over, bend at the waist. Okay, let off to a little negative, cup, drag, boom, bring it in. And I go until the bottom here, okay, touches the tabletop where I want to pin it, somewhere over here. Okay, boom, that's wrist wrench. Next exercise. All right, so I have this little piece of piping here, this little elbow piece, strap material, right, little clip. Now this, when I put my hand in here, okay, I put this into my thumb, and then I can clamp my hand down. And one thing I do is I always try to make sure that this outer edge is showing, not buried into my hand, because then the plastic kind of digs into your hand and it's not a lot of fun. So I usually kind of like pull it back out onto my thumb a bit until when I close, you know, the outer edge is exposed outside my hand. All right. So this is for top rolling, okay? Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of top rolling. So, boom. Now, once again, we're dealing with top rolling. We want that high up pressure. So we're gonna move this back up. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna use the one strap here for demo purposes. And some of you might only need one strap. So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna move the belt out of the way. Okay, belt hooked in. Okay, now like I showed you, right? So out of the thumb, Now, this is gonna be hard to demo because I'm super close here. Now, how this is gonna work is I'm gonna start with my wrist already taken, so palm facing me. Okay, got a good grip here. What I'm gonna do is load my elbow back, right, back engaged, and what I'm gonna do is just roll through my hand, just like that. Roll back, roll back. So just like this. Now, I'm going to get on a camera if I go back any further, but you can sit way back down, rolling. I'm really just trying to focus on the wrist, not the whole arm wrestling movement, going through all the, the proper form and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to pin anybody. I'm really just targeting that pronator, which is responsible for this, okay? Now, one thing I try to do is keep my wrist as flat as possible when I'm doing this. See, I'm not all cupped in and trying to do it a lot. I'm typically pretty flat and coming through, but I will work I'll come over and work the top as well and come this way, but it's totally up to you which way you want to work it. You could do one way each set. I'm doing 4 sets, and I'm looking at that 10 to 12 rep range. So where I can't do more than 12, and I really don't want to be able to do less than like even 8. Trying to build that power. So yeah, that's the top roll elbow handle. Next up, cone handle. Look at that, see? Connector, got a cone, see how it's cone? See that? Hook, lots of hook action here. So, hook it up. All right, for these, I want a fairly decent load on here, okay? Fairly decent pressure. I want to be able to bring it in, and I want it tucked in. I want it really tucked in here, okay? And I'm going to let my wrist go a little bit. Now, with this exercise, actually, note too on the wrist wrench, do not wrap your thumb around. Keep your thumb on the same side, like this. Don't wrap it. Thumb on this side. Okay, then here, okay, I'm tucked in. I'm letting my wrist roll to like flat, and then cupping it in. Cupping it in. Now, I'm not typically going through the whole move. I will usually on my last set or so, but the first, I'm just focused on working this handle. Okay, keep it all tucked in. Now, I'm gonna give you a different angle here, just a second. All right, new angle. Now, how this will work is, if I'm facing the wall, okay, and I'm doing this exercise, I want this all tucked in here. I don't want to be doing this from out here straight in front of me, okay? I want it tucked in like I'm in a hook, okay? And then I'm just rolling through the bottom. Most pressure through the bottom fingers, but I'm really rolling through this, okay? Just like that. So if this is going to pulley by where you are, right? So here, there, boom. Like I said, thumb not wrapped. Get on the outside. And I'm just burying it. See, I'm just letting it roll out to flat sometimes. Out to flat, and then I'll do some where I'm stay cupped in. Then I'll go to flat, see flat wrist, and then carve. Just like that. Cone handle. Multi-spinner. So, I have bad news about the multi-spinner. The multi-spinner is broken. I put a lot of weight on it, and the sandpaper had already kind of worn away the material, I guess, and she snapped. She exploded. So I need new strap material. I gotta find where to get that, but I need to fix the multi-spinner. It's key. Devin Laird says it's key, and I used it and I love it, and mine's broken. Damn it. This fellow, I've been using this too. No, this thing is incredible. I'm better off doing a whole video on that fella for you. That gives you a little insight into what's happening in the Arm Melter Garage when we're running solo. And now you know where to hook things up. So if you're not sure, you hook them up there. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. And you know what? It's awesome to see you guys. Thanks for coming back to a brand new episode of Lose It a Lambo. My name is Curtis. I'll see you guys soon.